Hello everyone, this is just a relatively quick bonus video on top of things, and one thing I noticed, and that's why I'm making this, is that the Weimar, where I haven't looked at it on my personal account because I couldn't actually open it in my press account because I already have the ships, so the bundles don't show, but seeing it here, so the Weimar clocks in for 12,350 gold. And that surprised me a little, because usually if you look at the bundles up here, the bundles sell for actual money. So I was wondering, first of all, why does this happen? And what are the implications of this? Now, you can buy premium ships for gold, obviously. And there are good things and bad things about this, I think. And this goes a lot around the whole discussion of premium ships and prices and all kinds of stuff. Because gold is an in-game currency. And as such, like every other currency, is one level removed from your personal perception of the worth of money. So if I told you that you had to pay 90 Australian dollars for a tier 8 premium, then you would immediately be able to correlate, at least if you're in Australia or whatever your local currency is, you would immediately be able to correlate that with how much, what else could I pay $90 for, and what else could I get, and is it worth it compared to that thing? If you're doing this with the internal currency, you can't easily. So, because you don't know how much 12,000 gold is out of the top of your head, usually. It depends on how much you're shopping, but I would assume you don't. So there's a relatively easy way around this. You just pull out any old spreadsheet and just very quickly compute that. So let's do that very quickly. And what I've done here is literally just taken the gold packs that you can buy in game and just converted the price. And obviously the bigger the pack you purchase, the lower the price gets. So I'm coming up with an average price for 1,000 gold of $5.21. And then you can very, very quickly for yourself sort of compute how much that bundle is. And it turns out the Weimar bundle costs about 64 Australian dollars. And the special Weimar bundle costs $77. So $13 more for the unique camo and a little bit of resources that you probably won't need. Now, what could you do with $64? Well, if I have a very, very brief look around, you could purchase Far Cry 6 for the Xbox in Australia, almost, because it's on sale. And I'm not saying you should, because from all I've heard, it's a pretty terrible game, but you could, right? So you could purchase a full Xbox game for the price of that Tier 7 premium ship. Does that mean that these ships are overpriced? That depends on your definition of what is what price is, right? If you're buying a Louis Vuitton bag for, I don't know, $2,000, $3,000, is it worth that? Well, it's clearly not worth it materially because it's a bit of leather and with the logo on it. But the price is the amount of money that both the seller and the purchaser agree on that the particular item in question is worth it. So the question is not so much is the Weimar too expensive? Are these things in general too expensive? No, the question is, do you have the money to spare? Because you certainly don't want to spend money for things that you don't have the money to spare for. Next thing you don't have enough money for food. Do you have the money to spare, and is it for you personally worth spending this money? And then this is kind of the negative side of using the in-game currencies for these sort of things, because it makes it a little harder to track. That said, the Weimar with 12,350 is not particularly more expensive than the West Virginia 12,500. In fact, it's actually a little bit cheaper. So it's definitely within the normal price range for these premium ships. On the upside, and once again, if we look at the regular bundles, they cost actual money. Whereas if you look at the Blitz Pass, especially if you're actually purchasing the Blitz Pass, so if you just look at the bottom here, there's like 200 gold here, there's 200 gold there, 200 gold there. So you definitely get, there's 1,000 gold and another 1,000 gold. So you do get a reasonable amount of gold out of these Blitz Passes. So in that regard, it's actually good for you to have the possibility of purchasing it with gold. Because let's say you already have 9,000 or 10,000 gold laying around from a Blitz pass that you're not using for anything else, then you could just go to the gold shop here, use one of the bundles, purchase the rest of the gold, and then your actual monetary expense one-off for the Weimar, obviously you have to include the gold that you've paid for. But you can do this. Whereas if you have 9,000 gold and you want to buy, for whatever reason, the tier 8 funny looking dragon boat here, then you can't use that gold. So that purchase that you've done previously gets you nowhere closer to getting that bundle. So that's a sort of positive side on seeing that. But yeah, in general, as usual, for premium ships, ground rule, premium ships don't make you a better player. Some premium ships are powerful or more powerful than other ships, but it's probably, if I had to estimate, I would say it's 5% the ship and 95% the captain. You can perfectly well dominate the game without ever spending a cent onto it, because most of the ships are, most of the tech tree ships are perfectly viable in that regard. If you are looking for an excellent tier 7 light cruiser, the Shores comes to mind. And it's just like that. So there's no global right or wrong. There's no greed versus overpriced. It's just a question of, do you have the money? Are you willing to spend it for it? Is it worth it for you? And I just like making sure that you understand how much money you're spending for something and what you're getting in return for it. And that's why I'm doing the reviews. So I like to do this sort of PSA once in a while, just because, there's always new people on the channel who haven't seen it before. And, we want to make informed decisions. That's what it's all about. Anyway, thanks, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.